And Park District Board meeting to order. Today is July 13th, 2026. We are at City Hall in the Ed Freilich Meeting Room. Any additions or deletions to the agenda?
None.
Seeing none, we'll open public communication from visitors. We have one visitor. He's not going to take the podium, so we'll close that public communication. First order of business is seeking approval or discussion on a June 8th regular meeting and June 16th reorganizational meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the June 8th, 2026 regular meeting minutes and June 16th, 2025 reorganizational meeting minutes.
I'll second that.
We have a motion from Commissioner Freilich and a second from Commissioner Scott to approve the meeting minutes for June 8th and June 16th. Any further discussion? All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Same sign. Minutes are approved. Item number 1, consider for approval out-of-state travel to attend the World Water Park Association Conference. Mr. Fleck.
Commissioners, this is seeking approval for out-of-state travel for Casey Salmons. He's our facility supervisor for maintenance at the water park. It's for out-of-state travel for the World Water Park Association synopsis and trade show in Las Vegas. In the past, we've sent some of the aquatics managers to the show. Good results. They get a lot of good information. It's set up a lot like the national convention where they've got a trade show, breakout sessions, and you can, they take in all the information, bring information back to our water park or to our facilities in our water park, and what's new and what's cutting edge, and new for maintenance and new for the big things, the pretty things that we could potentially do with our water park.
Thank you. Any questions?
Dustin, does Casey have any specific session he wanted to go to?
Nothing yet. There's really nothing. The breakout sessions, there wasn't a whole lot of information there yet. I think they're probably still in the planning sessions, being it's in October. But we'll, as it gets closer, we'll go through things and stuff like that. He's gonna gear more towards maintenance than what the new features are. But that's what the trade show is for. We've gone to national convention, and the trade show is a good thing. It opens your eyes to things that we probably don't have here or potentially could get.
The other thing I was going to ask is, can you have him bring something back of something new that we could look at? Absolutely. For future ideas. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm sure he'll bring a bunch of stuff back.
Well, not too much stuff. Thank you, Dustin.
You bet.
Any other discussion or questions for Mr. Fleck? This is in the training budget. We budgeted for this.
Yeah, we've got travel and training line items in our budget, so it'll come out of the travel and training.
All right. What are the board's wishes?
I'll make the approval for Casey Salmons to attend the World Water Park Association Trade Show in Las Vegas, Nevada, October 5th through the 9th, 2026.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion from Commissioner Mutter and a second from Commissioner Scott. Any other discussion? All those in favor state aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Item number 2, CAPRA update. Colt?
President Melhoff and Commissioners, was a little close. We're excited to announce that we did get accredited. There is a formality process that we still have to go through, which is at the National Parks and Rec Conference in Philadelphia. The board did approve 2 people to attend last month, which was Tyra Ripple, who was the main point of contact for the accreditation, along with myself. We did have budgeted for a 3rd person to attend. I asked Commissioner Scott, since he has not attended one yet, if he could make it. His schedule, and you can speak for that, just probably doesn't work out for him, so he let me know yesterday that he can't attend. So I wanted to ask if the board would like to have any other elected official, and I'm sure we can find a staff if they'd like to attend, or we can take more. As you saw in my agenda doc, part of the accreditation process is that Tyra and I have to fly out on that Sunday, and then that Monday morning between 9 and noon, we don't have a dedicated time yet where we have to go before the board panel on the CAPRA. And at that time, then we would go through the final stages of whatever's required. I'm assuming if you're going to that step, it's more of a formality and check off the boxes at that point. And then on that Wednesday is where then we had to submit our video, some pictures, and then we go across the stage as being accredited, being recognized in front of all of our peers. So it is a nice honor. It's probably only about a 1 minute or less going across the stage. But wanted to at least extend that opportunity if you'd like to attend. And again, just because we only have one extra person budgeted for it, doesn't mean we can amend the budget if we feel like there needs to be more representation there.
Thanks, Cole. Do you know the registration costs and with the travel?
Yeah, what we estimated at was about $1,000 for airfare, even though that's on the high side, and then you take in another $1,000. So we're saying right around $3,000 to send an individual to the conference, and that's on the high side, of course. We do have 3 rooms already reserved, so there is an open room available. But if we are going to send more than 3, we'd have to get additional rooms. Not sure how full that hotel has been at this time, but we can probably wait till the retreat if commissioners want to go talk to their employer and just see if there's availability to attend. But I need to, probably that'd be the last date I can know will be that July 27th retreat, just to make sure we can get the rooms at the same hotel. If we can't, we'll just have to work around to what we can.
Sure, thanks. Any further discussion or thoughts from the board?
Cole, is there anybody else that you would think that needs to go for his employees?
We try to do a rotation of managers. I think Dustin went last year. I think Dave Freeze probably up close in that rotation. I can't remember the last time he went. Kelly will be on maternity leave. Terry likes to go to the GFOA, which is the Government Finance Officers Association. Garrett does a lot of the golf industry things, so we do try to rotate the managers throughout as budgets allow. But Dustin probably would go see Rocky Steps. It's in Philadelphia.
Okay, thank you, Cole.
Cole, if it can wait to the retreat, my boss that I report to has been out of the office a lot lately, and I just didn't get a chance to get a firm answer from him. And I knew it was coming up to, we had spoken about mid-July being kind of the deadline for responding, but he is back in the office now, so I can possibly ask and get an answer pretty quickly here, so I can ask again.
Sounds good.
Well, I think this is a pretty big deal. I know a lot of time and effort went into, I guess, filling out the forms, putting policies together. I mean, there was a lot of behind-the-scenes work that you guys have been working on for quite some time. You guys did a lot of work. The good news and what we heard from that Capra team was that we already had a lot of these things in place. I mean, we just got it on paper and we documented what we're already doing. And to me, not knowing all of the, I guess, essentials for it until we started looking at it, I felt we did those things. So I'm okay sending somebody else if they want to go, because I do think this is a big deal. And I know other park districts across the state have not even come close to what you guys presented, and that says a lot. So I think if we want to recognize more people at that, I'm open to that, and I think that's a big thank you to be recognized for that. So I don't know how many, Cole, internally or other commissioners that want to go, but I can't go, but.
Yeah, thanks. Well, we talked earlier, and it sounds like we'd be okay tabling it till the budget retreat till people can figure out their schedules or not. But to echo what Commissioner Meschke said, it is a pretty good honor, and so it would be nice to have some decent representation there if it makes sense budgetary-wise. So we'll table that if everybody's in favor of that.
Cool. Will we receive a formal report? I know it probably takes some time to put together, or have you received anything formally or informally that
Not
the
at
board
this
can look at?
time. I know they had to submit on every 154 standards, and they had to submit that in there. I think that's what we'll get once we're at the Monday, the 29th, I think it is. We'll get that at that time, and then we get our plaque and everything will be mailed to us after the fact.
Okay, anything else on item number 3? Okay, Thank you. Move on to item number 4, seeking authorization for payment of the monthly bills. There is a rooftop roofing.
Just President Melhoff wanted to move up one,
Item-
item 3.
Oh, tricked you. All right.
No, you didn't.
Item number 3, draft retreat agenda for July 27th, 2027, the planning session.
So before you commissioners, just what we're our retreat agenda that we've done in the past. Nothing out of the ordinary, but there are some discussion items. Specifically, obviously, we're looking at the 27 budget and going through that and getting some direction on some things. But on some of the board directives, there are some items that we're going to have discussion and direction on. If there's things that I'm missing that you would like added, that gives staff and ourselves an opportunity to research that and know what those items would be, please let me know in advance. But if there's something that maybe I'm not thinking of that you guys would like to have on there, we definitely can put that on there and get that information before you. One of the things that I talked about in our staff meeting today is our cost recovery with the 3% caps. So we're trying to look at all of our facilities, trying to figure out what we need to be charging, what the board is comfortable with as far as subsidies. And so really taking a holistic approach to all of our facilities and then what we're charging user groups. Not guarantee that anything major is going to happen, but at least we're going to have that dialogue. And hopefully by this time next year, we'll have that completed. So we're going to try to use this fall and next spring to kind of review all of our cost recoveries, what's the comfort level of a board is on subsidies, facilities, cost recovery from user groups, whether it's youth or adult sports, and then all of our user groups that we charge rental. So we're going to just kind of take a big assessment on that and just review where we're at. And what comes with that comes the operations of Dustin's responsibilities. As we know, not a lot of revenue comes in there as maintaining parks and trails and things of that nature, but we are maintaining ball diamonds and soccer fields and the racetrack and the rodeo grounds and many other facilities that have a cost associated with it that really isn't being recovered in the fees that we charge to some of the aspects of fees for our youth and adult sports or those user fees. So we just want to be able to show the board at our retreat where we're kind of at, and then get kind of a pulse what the commissioners are comfortable with, and then give staff direction to either reduce it by 25%, 30%, 40%, and where we want to be at in 3 years. So we're trying to look at it as a 3-year process. The reason why we're looking at it is we are renewing contracts with a lot of our user groups, so we want to get back in that 3-year trend. We've always had escalator clauses built into those contracts, knowing it's a $5 increase each year, but it may be more based on our costs, and we know inflation and some of the things. But the 3% cap wasn't difficult for our budgets. We were able to get through it. We had about a 4.7 or 4.6% valuation increase, so we got a little bit more than 3% for new growth, which is allowed by law. But that extra 1.5 to 1.7% isn't going to maintain when health insurance and raises and things of that nature and cost of goods and materials that we're buying are exceeding that. So we're all trying to do our due diligence, and this is, I think, what came out of that legislative session was we have to look at different ways how we're doing business, and we can't just rely on property taxes. And I think it's going to be a dual role there. But hopefully we can have something a year from now, but we were going to present that at the July retreat. So start thinking about your portfolios and the financials that you see, and we bring that before what kind of comfort level you're at. And we know we do have revenue generators that we want to continue to maintain the way we are. Or do we want to increase that to offset it? So a lot of information in that agenda that I presented, but if there are other additional items that you would like, either let me know via email or tonight if you are ready.
Thanks, Cole. Any discussion from the board? All right, thanks. We'll email you if we think of anything else. Appreciate it. All right, now we can get to item number 4, authorization of payment of monthly bills, including the Prairie West Golf Course Clubhouse re-roofing 50% upfront, which was emailed out to us.
Also move. Second.
All right, thank you. We have a motion from Commissioner Meshke and a second from Commissioner Scott to approve payment of the monthly bills, including the roofing of the Prairie West 50% advanced. Any other discussion? Hearing none, let's go roll call vote. Commissioner Scott?
Aye.
Commissioner Meshke?
Aye.
Commissioner Freilich?
Aye.
Commissioner Mutter?
Aye.
I also vote aye. Motion carries. All right, Commissioner staff reports. Director Higlin?
Well, Raging Rivers was off to a slow start in June, but has definitely revved back up with the last week and a half of weather. Very happy to see that come through. As you know, we're always trying to balance that. It's independently ran from the general fund. But yeah, the last week or so has been definitely very positive. And today was another day of well attendance. And as we know, our staff are out there working that, not just Raging Rivers, but all the park operations, golf operations. We have a lot of staff working in this weather, so we're trying to take those precautions. And want to give some kudos out to Brent and his staff at Prairie West. We had an incident where a heart attack happened in the weather. We also had a heat exhaustion happen over at Municipal over the weekend. They had the AEDs, they did the things they were supposed to, that we were trained on. And so we do these training twice a year, where we're going through CPR training and AED training, and then we go through additional training on top of that of first aid. And so with this weather, I mean, we're starting to see some of those things that people just aren't used to, what we're seeing up here. So kudos to the staff. Mandan Baseball Club, as we know, we got that endowment somewhat secured a few months ago, where we will set up an endowment protecting the renovations down at Memorial Ballpark and the youth complex. That has been approved via email last week that they will be transferring $500,000 to the endowment. We will present that to the foundation board, and then once that's there, that will be an ongoing contribution that the baseball club will determine how much they want to contribute. Obviously, they got diamonds 11 and 12. Total cost of that is around $2.1 million. That starts next week. So they'll have to pay that one off, and then once that's paid off, hopefully we'll be able to grow that endowment. So we got those two things secured, and that's all I have for a report.
Thank you. Dustin?
Like Cole said, we're getting some warm weather here. We're out watering and keeping things up and going. And unfortunately, we're halfway through the summer. We're done with McQuaid's and 4th of July rodeo and most of our baseball tournaments. And we're looking forward to a few softball tournaments. And then we've got a Central Plains baseball and a national softball tournament yet this fall. So keep moving forward.
Thank you. Attorney Ruff?
I have nothing.
Butter.
Well, I just want to thank Cole and Terry and Dave for a wonderful portfolio meeting. It was probably 2 weeks ago already, but I want to thank them for that. And I also want to say, it is warm, so everybody go out and enjoy Raging Rivers and stay cool. Thanks.
Commissioner Freilich?
I've got nothing.
Commissioner Meschke?
Nothing.
Commissioner Scott?
Oh, the golf courses are open, but be safe.
Hydrate. All right, no report from me. So we'll go down to future meeting dates for Park Board Commissioners. 2 weeks today, we have our Park Board budget retreat at 4 o'clock and Park Admin at Raging Rivers. And the August meeting back here at City Hall is August 10th at 5:30 p.m. That's our full agenda. Seeking a motion for adjournment.
Also move.
Second.
A motion and a second for adjournment. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We are adjourned.